What is happening, everybody? It's your buddy Aaron here. Welcome back to another G35 video. Yes, as you guys can see by the title of this video, we're gonna be getting rid of the G35. But definitely not this G35. I'm talking about this G35. This is the G35 that got totaled. Fortunately, somebody pulled out in front of me, and that was the end of this. It was a front-end collision, but luckily the engine was good. We were able to save the engine, and then we ended up buying this chassis right here that has a blown engine. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of G35 content coming on this build right here. We got the engine all together. We're ready to drop it in and get it ready for over 300 wheel horsepower. NA on E85, as well as full bolt-ons and cams. So I called that place called We Buy Junk Cars. They actually left a card on this junk car when we had it out here for a while until the city started getting annoyed at us. And by the way, guys, I am recording on my iPhone right now because the main camera is dead. So sorry if the sound quality is a little different or the video quality, but this is the iPhone 11 Pro, so I think it comes out pretty good, you know, I'm not gonna lie. And I had a couple people notice that instead of looking directly at the camera, like looking at you guys and talking to you guys, vlogging and whatnot, I'm actually looking at the side and looking at the viewfinder, looking at myself the entire time. And a lot of people notice that, and so they see like my eyes like kind of veered off a little bit. So I'm gonna try and, you know, focus a little bit more on my future videos on looking at the camera and not really focusing on what the heck I look like. It's just a part of that whole freaking anxiety thing, you know? So this is the junk G35 pretty much. All it is a bunch of metal, pretty much gonna be taken to a scrapyard. I'm just paying somebody 40 bucks to pretty much tow it out of here with all of this garbage in it. I don't even know how the fuck they're gonna deal with all this. We're gonna see when they get here. But yeah, we're gonna see if they can actually take this in the condition that it's in. There ain't no wheels, there's no brakes, there's no engine, no transmission. They told me no problem, we'll take it. So I'm pretty sure they're just gonna be able to take it to a scrapyard. What they're gonna do is cut it up and pretty much melt it and recycle it and make some money off of it that way. There's a lot of people that do buy junk cars like this, but a lot of the people that I've been calling have been giving me issues because there is no engine, no transmission. There's nothing for them to really make money off of except for chopping it up and bringing it over to a yard, and they pretty much do all that themselves. So I'm pretty much just paying for the tow to get the fuck out of here. But that's gonna give us a lot of opportunity, a lot of room to get this new G35 into the shop, not the shop, the garage. And then we're gonna be able to paint the engine bay correctly. I'm gonna have the heat lamps, I'm gonna have the paint, I'm gonna have the right method this time so that the curing process, it won't get ruined overnight when condensation lands on it. Because I'll have it in the garage, it'll be way less condensation, and I'll have the heat lamps on it as well. Once we have the car in the garage and painted and the paint is cured, then there's only one thing left that we can do, and that's go ahead and drop the VQ35DE that we built here in the garage after the crash into the new car. As you guys can see, I put together pretty much all of the accessories. I went ahead and put on the ATI super damper that can hold up to super horsepower, but you know, we're only gonna be pushing like I'm trying to reach for like at least 330. I'm gonna try and reach for 330. But all the accessories are on there, such as the compressor, the power steering pump that we took off of the other engine, the alternator, and the pulley tensioners. The only thing we had left to do is go ahead and put the valve covers on, which we went ahead and tapped all the holes. We made sure that if there were any bolts that were just kept spinning, I drilled them out. I put heli coils in there so that the original bolts can fit and get nice and torqued down to spec. The last video was us installing these non-serviceable spark plug tube seals. So if you guys are having leaking spark plug tube seals, just check out that video. It'll show you guys pretty much how to replace them, even though the dealer wants you to buy all new valve covers, in which I'm still gonna be testing to see how long it lasts once I put these on the engine. So I got this valve cover, that valve cover. We're gonna put it together and then we'll be good. So I'm just gonna kind of clean up real quick because I got the tow truck on the way. I gotta move my car out the way, and then when it gets here, we're gonna film the little sayonara on this G35. Oh shit. Pulling up. What's up, buddy? I do not. Registration? I totaled it and insurance didn't cover it. I bought another one, I'm swapping everything off of it. It's literally just the chassis. You want me to lower it on the floor?
Hey, the jack stands, are you going to be able to take them off?
Yeah.
The front ones?
That's okay. Yeah, okay. I just need it out of here, man. Alright, you got it. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's some G35 merch right there, guys. DoubleASupply.com. Pick up a G hoodie, yo. Oh god, there was a big moth in here yesterday. I don't know where it's at now. But fuck. It's probably gonna fly out of here. Let's see if I can close this. Whoa, it's a close one. Oh. Okay. Damn, the wolf pack. Let's go. This is kind of bittersweet. Like, I'm really excited to get this thing the heck out of here, But I have a lot of memories with this thing, man. This thing brought me through a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I learned a lot with this car, like so much with this car. I learned how to drive manual in this car. I had to buy this car in Miami and learn how to drive it an hour north home just so I can get here. So he says my front jack stands are probably gonna bend because he's gonna be able to lift it up from the back. We'll get the rear jack stands out, but the front ones are gonna bend up. Bye-bye. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, bro. Get out of here.
Are your jack stands underneath or no?
Yeah, let me grab one. Rest in peace. Done. Done, though. Oh, that one made it a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna walk through. Oh my God, I have space in my garage again. What the heck? This is a garage. Oh, rest in peace. I'm slipping in my coolant. Wow. Yeah, they all got crushed. Yo, so that's it, guys. This is GG 1.0. By the way, rest in peace to the jack stands. GG 1.0 is on its way out. You've been a good car. I love you. Thank you for saving my life. And we're gonna rebuild you. You're gonna be reliving in the new G35. Damn. I love you. That's a wrap, D. That's it. That's it. Now all we got is the newbie.
This shit.
Yes.
Gone, man.
Thank you to all the homies. No, stolen. Check it out, guys. Got a little bit of battle scars in here, but we're definitely gonna be redoing the paint here because I do rent. So I'm gonna fix all that up. But we got a lot more space in here now, and we were able to pull in our new G35 so that we can go ahead and paint the engine bay on it. So the plan is to pretty much just kind of clean everything off in here. Super stoked. I got a lot of things, even though it looks like a mess still. I got a lot of things cleaned up over here because we had a lot of parts for the engine, and now they're on the engine. So we don't have to worry too much about the clutter, but I still got to get the rest of all that stuff on. New parts, valve covers. We got to hang that wheel somewhere in here. Got to get this garage popping a little bit for the next 10 months that we're going to be here. But so much shit on the ground, so I definitely want to clean up the ground. I'm just going to kind of clean up everything a little bit. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Oh God, oh God. This is pretty much what it looks like before the whole cleanup. And this is what it looks like after. Yo, you guys want to see that big ass moth from yesterday that scared me out of the last video? Look at this thing, dude. Oh my God. Dude, the thing is massive, dude. Fuck that. Get out of here. All right, guys, so literally all I did was spray the ground off with the hose right there. Kind of just moved a bunch of the stuff out here so I can kind of clean the floor. Honestly, it feels really nice to be like walking around in here again and to not be constantly reminded of the accident every single day and every single time that I walk into this garage. So I'm happy that That part is now moved on. We are now fully invested in this chassis right here, in this G35, which is looking pretty sweet with that little air freshener in there. What is that? Is that a G35? Oh shit! Oh yeah, that's a little G35, dudes. Oh, and by the way, there's about 20% off if you guys go over to DoubleASupply.com and put in New Year's 20 right now. DoubleASupply. Anyway, so I'm super excited to get this chassis into the garage and fix up this engine bay once and for all. Get the paint perfect so that we can go ahead and put the engine in there. While this floor is drying right now, it's actually literally, it's torn up. This thing needs some paint. We're gonna have like a little home renovation paint video coming soon. I like this wide view on the iPhone 11. This thing is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. With that wide view VQ35. So when I put everything together, I missed one of the most valuable things about putting an engine together, and that is assembly lube. I totally missed that. I had no idea. Everything that I was watching said nothing about assembly lube. And then down the road, I got a comment and I was like, oh. So literally I've been oiling the cams up and I've been rotating the crankshaft and just making sure the oil is going through all of the new buckets, all of the new cams, and they're all in the channels. It is pretty oiled up right now, I'm not gonna lie, so I think we're gonna be pretty safe as soon as we put it together. Also, I'm gonna kind of prime it before we start it. When I have everything together, I'm gonna be pulling my fuel fuse and I'm just gonna kind of crank over the motor for a little bit just so that we don't damage the cams on the first startup. All right, guys, so our mission right now is to go ahead and put these valve covers that we have the fresh spark plug tube seals in. We're gonna put the new valve cover gaskets on them, and then we're gonna go ahead and lay them on and torque them down to spec. So, bye-bye cams. Check it out, guys. We got the valve covers on, and they are actually seated pretty nicely with the these little Honda Civic spark plug tube seal DIY job that we got going on over here. As you can see, we got a little bit of the RTV kind of sticking through, but it's not going to affect anything. It's actually a really nice seal. We got 2 seals in each spark plug tube. It is a little bit tight, but I'm hoping that they don't break over time, but I guess we'll find out. So I do have these headers already wrapped from the last time. As you can see, they took a little bit of damage, not from the crash, but this is actually from rubbing up against the steering wheel coupler, just because it's a really tight fit. So even if I did rewrap it, that is pretty much gonna happen again. So I'm just gonna leave it with the current wrap that it has on right now, and I'm gonna make sure that all of these clamps are tight, and this is fiberglass. When I'm messing with this, I definitely gonna wanna put some gloves on. Check it out, guys. All right, so it is actually the next day. I totally went and got some food and passed out, but I woke up early this morning and I jumped right on it, and this thing is looking like a freaking engine once again. I am super stoked on this. You guys have no idea how stoked I am. I'm loving this wide view on the iPhone 11 Pro, by the way. This thing's pretty freaking sweet. So as you guys can see, we got our headers on. Went ahead and torqued those down nice and tight just to make sure those header bolts don't fall off again while I'm driving. As you guys can see, I didn't rewrap them with the titanium wrap, only because it probably would have got messed up right here and got this big hole right here anyway, because that's where the steering column is rubbing up against it. It was also a huge pain in the ass to wrap that, and all the little titanium got stuck in my hands and kind of ruined my skin for like 3 months. So just gonna leave it like that. It looks fine. It's fine. We also got this metal coolant tube passage installed on here. Got our new gaskets here and here, and then follow it all the way around. Went ahead and bolted it up right there. So we got our new Z1 hoses on there. Got our upper radiator hose, all of our little coolant hoses. Got our valve cover connector hose. And then obviously the rest of the hoses are over here. The guy I bought this G35 chassis from actually had a brand new radiator and looks like a brand new fan shroud as well. So I just went ahead and put the Z1 hose on it, looking fresh. Everything is torqued down to spec. And the only thing is I'm missing this one gasket right here. So I can't connect that last coolant hard line over here, because I do need that little gasket. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that. And I also need an O2 sensor right here, because mine is a little, you know, broken. So O2 sensor, little gasket, then I can kind of finish up the rest of what the engine needs over there. So maybe in like the next video, we're gonna be prepping this G35 for E85. And in order to do that, you need GTR injectors, or really any injectors that can handle E85. In my case, we got the GTR injectors, the 550cc, because they fit the car really well. With the GTR injectors, we're also gonna need a better fuel pump. So we went ahead and picked up the Walbro fuel pump, which is good for E85 and pushing out some more fuel. So hopefully we'll get some more horsepower out of switching to E85 using the injectors and using that new fuel pump. Preparing the G35 for E85 is gonna be in a later video. We already got a whole lot done in this video, so I wanna thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you smash that like button if you guys are loving the progress that we have on the G35. You guys, I'm sure you guys can smell it too. We are this much closer to getting that G35 running, getting this engine in there, and putting that shit sideways. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys are enjoying the build, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because I'm gonna be putting a lot more G35 content out there. We got a lot more to come. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this car. And don't forget to hit DoubleASupply.com. We're running 20% off on all the merch. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.